What's up, everybody? Now look, check this out. Now I'm gonna teach you guys how to get out of all obligations with your car note. I'm gonna show you how to discharge the car note off your credit and not have to, keep over all them damn payments, right? Now check this out. Now say if you bank with a credit union bank like USAA Bank, right? And you get approved for, let's say, a $75,000, $80,000 loan, right? So they're gonna send you something called a draft check. And what a draft check is like a blank check, and you can put, and you can't spend over the amount that they give you. So if they give you 80,000, you can't spend over 80,000. So say if you go to the dealership and after taxes and everything like that, the car was like 79,000, right? Boom. Now what the banks is gonna do when they send you the draft check, they're gonna send you the terms and agreements. What the terms and agreements is pretty much your contract to state that you will be legally obligated to pay back the debt directly to the bank, right? Now, what a lot of times what people do is when they go to the dealership, a lot of people just don't understand this. They will go to the dealership, pay for a vehicle, and put the vehicle in the name of the bank, right? They will put them as first lien holder. When you put a bank as first lien holder, they have full authority to repossess your car. If they repossess your car, they got all obligations to that vehicle, meaning you can't resell it, you can't get your own title for it, it has a lien on it, and all that, right? Now, in my situation, right, what I done was I applied and got a loan for an auto loan, right? The vehicle came out to be $66,000, but when I got the vehicle and everything like that, the title wasn't issued, the registration wasn't issued, and also the title wasn't issued. So it has no title, it has no liens or anything like that. And another thing, my bank required that they receive the title within 90 days or the whole thing is going to convert into a unsecured personal loan. Now, this the problem. And once you convert your loan into a personal loan, right, it comes out of context with the requirements. So say for instance, you won't be obligated to pay back, to go through repossessions, but they will try to put that on your credit, right? Now this another obligation that really tie you in the most. When you sign that terms and agreement sheet that they send you and you accept all the terms and you accept the APRs and everything like that, you making yourself obligated to pay back that debt. And once you make yourself obligated to pay back that debt, they can make a legal claim in court. That's why you gotta protect yourself. Don't sign them terms papers, like the paper that they send you for the terms and agreements. Do not sign them papers. Also, if they try to issue a title, make sure you say, I'm getting it out of state. Because a lot of times, certain dealerships, they're not good with out-of-state processing. So they might pay the state fees and state taxes, but they didn't handle the registration. And many dealerships will tell you, hey, you should go out there and you got to handle the registration and the title. What we did was we just paid the state taxes, and that state to state that we basically getting that car registered out there. The whole time you ain't even got to register in another state. You just telling them it's going to another state, right? So you don't have a title for the vehicle. What you need to get is you go to USA, I want to say surety bonds, and you can get something called a bonded title. What this bonded title is pretty much proof that I own the vehicle. So once you get a bonded title, you can go to the DMV to get a real title, because they're going to give you your bonded title when you apply online, and when you go to the dealership, they're going to give you a real title and everything like that. Now, this address I don't live at. It's just an address I put down so they can send it out of state. And this is for the bill of sale. And that's how you protect yourself with cars and obligations. So if they ever try to make a claim in court, which most banks will try to do, if you never sign the terms and agreements, they can't take you to court. So I'm calling Navy Federal and I'm asking them questions about this whole thing. I'm like, have you guys received the title? They said, no, we need to receive the title. And it sounded like they had an attitude. Like they was really like had a problem with me not sending them the title. So I'm like, why they want the title so bad? Because they want their name to be as the first lien holder. Because if they name is the first lien holder, you can miss one payment, they can repossess your vehicle. They can't repossess my vehicle. Here go another thing. I never signed the terms and agreements. I'm not obligated. So that don't mean, guess what? That don't mean that you accepted that obligation. Here go another thing that can protect you. Never make a payment on the vehicle. If you make one payment, they can show that in court as proof that you bought a vehicle when you obligated to pay it back. Don't ever make one payment on that vehicle. The moment you make one payment on that vehicle, they can show that as proof. But that's not even really the proof. The real proof, if you sign those terms and agreements and you send that back to them. So I haven't signed the terms and agreements, I haven't got the title in their name, and also I haven't made a payment. Those are three things that can take you away from any kind of obligation. And now let's get to the better stuff. Once you do all that, right, you secure the car, you get a bonded title for it, and you put the title in your name, and you don't put them as a lien holder, you either can sell the vehicle, and also you can discharge it from your credit. Because when you write a dispute for the credit thing, right, you will say there's no proof that I even purchased this vehicle. There's no proof that I even got this vehicle in my possession on record. There's no proof that me and the bank made an agreement. So the bank will be like, we don't have the terms and agreements. So pretty much that's a loss on their end. And many attorneys, they will try to talk otherwise, but realistically, that will be your best bet if you want to protect your assets. It's all about protecting your assets at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you always want to protect your assets. You never want to be in a position where you're struggling to pay a car note. You're struggling to pay a mortgage. That's why it's always important to read the terms and the conditions of any contract. Before you sign, just read it. Tell them, look, let me get some time to read this. And try to figure out a legal way how you can find a loophole into every contract or agreement. That's all it is, y'all. That's all it is. So that's my best advice on how to get out of all car notes and obligations like that. If you already signed your car note or you signed the terms and agreements and the titles in the bank name, you fucked. You better start over. I'm out.